2, 3, 4. So this is the opening melody for When I'm 64, and this part here, which I'm about to play, is based on the clarinet part in the introduction of the original recording. And it goes something like this. So what am I doing here? So I'm playing in the key of C, and if I just start with a C chord there, I'm going to remove my first finger and then remove my third finger, and I've just got my middle finger left, my second finger. So I'm starting on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And what I'm doing is a pull off and then a hammer on. So if I pull off onto the 1st fret of the 4th string and then a hammer on back onto the 2nd fret. And then I go back and forth from an open 3rd string back to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then for that, I start on the 3rd string, hammer onto the 2nd fret, pull off again to the open string, and then end up on that high C, which is the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And as you recall, a C chord, it's just where my 1st finger is. So all in all, I've got something like this. Okay? So for the next part, I just do that. So already here on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, I go up there to the 3rd fret, and then an open E, which is the 1st string, back down the way I came up. Dun, 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 dun. So 1, 3, 0, 3. So 1, 3, 0, 3, 1. So back, so I go up. And then I go back down the way I came. And then just a little, so 2nd fret of the 3rd string, 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then the 3rd fret there, and back to the 1st fret. So it resolves itself on the C. So that last part, what we've got is this. So all in all, we've got this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the bass part, which is the part which my thumb played in the performance, and I'm going to put them together so they'll sound something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the bass part is a lot more simple than the melody because it's always going, or 99% of the time it goes on the on beat, and if I'm counting on beats, 4 beats in a bar, it plays on the 1 and the 3 99% of the time. So if I'm counting the song in 4s like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, the bass usually plays on the 1 and the 3, something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what it's doing there is it's just going from the root to the 5th of the scale, but I don't want to get too deep into the theory. What's more important at this stage is just to recognise where the root is, and the root is determined by the chord. So in this case we're playing in C, and for much of this opening part the chord is based on C, so it's like this. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. And then we do an F. So we do an F and a G and a C. And when we're playing the C chord, we're just going on the root of the C, back down to a low G, which is the 5th. And then for this next bar, what we're doing there is go dun, dun, dun. So we do that high open E string, and then I'm using my thumb because I'm sort of running out of fingers there for the F notes there, which is the 1st fret of the 6th string. And then I go to the G, which is 2 frets up, so from there to a G. Back to the C, it resolves itself on the C, and we do a little like that, so it's like. So let's try that second half of this part slowly together. So I'll count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So there you would notice I go dun, dun, dun. Same frets, 3rd fret of the 5th string, then 3rd fret of the 6th string, then back to 3rd fret of the 5th string. Okay. So what about the beginning? So it's a little bit more tricky. We've got something like this. We've got it's good to practice that a little bit. So let's just play that repeatedly. So I'll count in and then we can play repeatedly just as far as this. And we'll start quite slowly. So I'll count us in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know how you're finding that so far, but if you're finding that tricky or difficult to get your head around, just keep practicing that over and over again. If you've got it, then move on to the next part, which is pretty similar. So once we go, dun, dun, we then go. Remember I said to use an open 3rd string and then hammer on to the 2nd fret and then pull off again. So we start together. Okay. And then bass note. So what we've got together is something like this. So let's practice that a few times. I'll count us in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So once you're happy with that, you might want to make the rhythm a little bit more advanced. So instead of playing, we want to make it more sort of syncopated, because that's how it is on the record. Now these two notes don't play exactly at the same time. The melody, which is the open G, comes just before the bass note, so it's something like this. So you'd probably notice that I'm not going, but I'm just playing, so that comes a fraction before the bass note. So it comes on the 2.5 rather than the 3. So we got 1, 2. You see, I went just a fraction percussion before the bass note. And the same here. That one. Okay. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then we can just put on that part which we'd learned before. So that was. So all in all, we've got this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,